What in the earth is going on? Hey, look. If it gets the job done, then cool, innit? Has been magically restored.
Stream Elements said MR Pablo Bones is now live. Streaming the operator. Let's chill.
Shot him from the car. Let's see if we can figure out what the car, whose the car is. Who on earth is that?
I see that you ran the facial recognition software, and 0 matches turned up, operator. That's unusual. In fact, it shouldn't even be possible. Our FDI databases are exhaustive. I'll flag this issue for later, but go ahead and share the image with Agent Pendle.
Wait, I don't understand. How did you get this? Well, this is huge. Thanks, Tanner. I'll canvass the area immediately. Maybe someone has seen our Prince Charming. I'll talk to you later.
Jokes.
And thanks again.
Your death. Okay, so now he wants me to pay. That's a good, you know.
Avocado Kayak Girl asks, did the stream mess up before?
Yeah, it did, you know. I don't know what happened. It just stopped and then started again. Weird, I don't know. Random, I didn't even know it actually done that. Thanks for rejoining. So basically, I got this guy called Hal. He's my hacker. He hacks my system, and then he hacked my system. And he was like, "Listen, I got the missing part of the footage. I can help you find your killer, but you're gonna have to help me later on." So I was like, obviously, I was like, cool. If it gets the job done, I was like, do it, innit? And now he's requesting his favor back.
Avocado kayak girl said glitch cat.
So, give me one moment, and I'm gonna follow what he's asked. I need to open terminal and dial. He's got another operator that's working for him, I guess. Uno momento. Right, so he wants his favor back, but for me to find out what the favor is, I need to speak to another FDI agent. Her name is Catherine Andrews, and for me to get through to her, I need to, oops, open my terminal. Wait, that's the wrong button. Terminal, and I need to dial 187.222.19.98. Command does not, you cannot consult the manual with the help command.
Avocado kayak girl said, "Have you ever played the PS1 ROM game, Discworld? In that game, you have to ask people stuff too."
No, I don't remember playing that game at all, if I'm honest with you. Is it like a similar thing, like solving stuff out? Wrong button, my bad. Oh. So I have to press call 187.222.19.98. Proxy refused to open secure connection to target. I have to literally write the whole thing where it says no secure as well. 187.222.19.
Avocado kayak you are a wizard that isn't good at his job, but you have to investigate why there's a dragon destroying the city.
That's joke. A wizard that isn't good at his job.
Hello, Operator Tanner. Hal told me that you'd be calling.
What is it
Okay,
about?
I'll try to keep this short. About a month ago, I started working on a missing persons case.
You still have your
reported that her
PS1.
husband had been gone for over 48 hours. Almost right away, the case felt different. Red tape all over the place. An unusual lack of cooperation from my superiors and colleagues. Unanswered calls. Suddenly, the FDI felt like the most incompetent department in the country. After an almost endless game of phone tag, I finally managed to get an appointment with the superiors.
Said, "Well, I only
The plan was to sit down and talk about the case
PS1
first thing Monday morning. That Sunday night, I'm awoken by a phone call. The woman's apartment has burned
How big
to
is
the
your
ground,
memory
and the
card on
woman,
there?
what's left of her
I can't
anyway,
fit a big one
has
on
been
there.
found dead in the
It's only
ashes.
like 16 gig I got on there. Not even that even.
So I started looking into the fire, of course. I couldn't help myself. Plus, I felt like I owed it to Mia. That was the woman's name. Mia Cole. Anyway, it wasn't long before my superiors found out and pressured me to stop. They told me the fire
I don't
was
want
an
my
accident.
ex-boyfriend
result
buy
of
the
faulty
biggest
wiring
Sony
their
memory
oven.
card
They told me I was
choices.
wasting my time and precious FDI resources by looking into it, and said if I continued, I'd end up pushing papers in a basement somewhere. But that fire, Operator Tanner, that fire was no accident. I can feel it. Mia was murdered. I just have to prove it. That's where I'm hoping you can help me.
Avocado Kayak Girl said like the biggest size without using those adapter things. Avocado Kayak Girl said I think 32.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people have said. The 32 is like the biggest they've managed to get.
Go ahead and search them in the human DB. The husband's name is Sasha.
Me
Sasha and Mia Cole.
not listening to all the
Please.
research. I bought like two, what are these? 264 gigs. I've used like an adapter trying to put it all together with that.
Avocado Kayak Girl said lots of people use those adapters.
Such a cool. Wow. Let's have a look. That's the wrong button. That's the wrong button. Access forbidden, you know.
Just another coincidence, right? Look, I don't know why, but someone doesn't want us looking into Sasha and
To
Mia
be honest, it's
Cole.
doing my job
But
anyway,
we
so it's
have
like
to,
whatever.
Operator Tanner.
And plus, I got so
It's
many
our
other
job.
consoles to play with.
Who's
I
going
don't
to do
know
it
the
if
next
we
time I
don't?
play with that. It's
Can you
just sitting
help
there
me
now,
find proof Mia's fire wasn't an
waiting for me
accident?
to get bored with everything else. Find proof that Mia's.
You'll take a look then? Oh, thank you. As far as how to access the case files, that's not really my area of expertise. But you can ask Hal.
Oh. Wait.
Avocado Kayak Girl said, but anyways, I have to go for now. I will look for your stream halfway soon, maybe, possibly.
No worries. Catch you soon. Are they different? Are they all the same?
Sorry, I don't understand what that means, Tanner.
Avocado Kayak Girl said bye for now, less than 3.
See ya. They all look the same. They are the same.
Despite being, well, a thorn in the side, you have to admit Hal gets results.
Wait. So. Ah, you are serious. Alright, cool. Let's do this then. Let's get the thingy back up. Scan LCA data report software. Okay, cool. No, that's the one we open afterwards. It says analyzer. Open that. It's not there. How to use. Open the sample in the detected. Oh, okay, cool. There you go. It's there. Input the appropriate settings for your sample using formulas found thereafter. They don't give me nothing on that. What's the ring? Wedding picture. That's the summary. Right, I'm just gonna assume they're all correct, yeah? So I'm not gonna touch nothing. And then start. Oh, it's not correct. Input the appropriate settings for your sample using formulas found thereafter. Well, they don't tell me nothing in the summary. Threshold 125. I don't have nothing in the summary. I don't get it. Right. That's the chemical scanner, that's the ash sample. Cool. Open the sample in the dedicated software, which is this is the software. Input the appropriate settings for your sample using the formula. These not giving me any numbers. She hasn't given me no numbers. And sample matrix, I actually don't get it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, cool. It's got it all here. Alright, cool. So ion size. So it's not, it's ash, right? And it's solid. Typically around 6.5. Sample. Usually around 6. If the material is organic, the ion size must be set to avoid damaging it. For gaseous, well, that's solid, so let's just say 5.5 to be safe, just because it's ash. Delta V can be calculated using the following formula. For an organic sample, which it isn't, in grams times 100. So what's that? 420. Shout out 420. And then threshold. The threshold value depends on the delta V, and this is solid. The threshold should be set to half of the delta V. 210. The default value of the matrix size is 5. If you are using an older version of, or lower, no, so that should be 5. Alright, so that should be right. Okay, so that should be 6 then. Alright, cool. Figured it out. Okay, so now, wait, user manual. After I finish doing that, I open up data report, and then input the results from to initiate calculations. So, what the fuck? pH is 6.5. What's that? 901. .52. You know, I'm gonna do just the peaks, yeah. Let's see if that's it. 2.48. 2.50. 2.50. And then what's this? 9.30. 10.65. Calculate. Invalid settings. I've done something wrong. What did I do wrong? Frequencies. Should I put the lowest frequency as well? That's not the lowest frequency. What's that? Invalid settings. You should check the manual to make sure you've entered everything correctly, brother. Input the results. I have. Is that not the results? Now that you've analyzed the sample, you said the same thing, my broski. How to read results. How to read results. Oh shit, it adds more things there. Right, cool. In order. So it goes 9.30, and then the second one was right, and then the first one's 1.60. Is that 1.60, and the last one is 10.65. There you go. Okay, I guess that was it.
I knew it. Faulty wiring might... You know what? This was no accident. Someone started this fire and killed Mia. But why? Maybe I'll end up at a desk in a dark basement somewhere, but I'm going to keep digging into this. It matters to me. I grew to know her. Mia, I mean. With our line of work, you try not to get emotionally involved. That's what they teach you at the academy anyway. Almost from the start. And usually, I can turn the switch off. I learned to do that. Feel nothing. But with Mia, I just never could. She wanted to be a singer, she told me. That was her dream. And I'm not exactly an expert, but she did have a good voice. Really. She was just a decent person.
Does that mean we're falling asleep again?
Someone killed them, Operator Tanner. Someone killed you still there? Oh, anyway, thanks, operator. Because of you, I finally have proof. Knowing Hal, well, as much as someone can know Hal, I have a feeling this won't be the last time you and me work together.
Operator Tanner, can I have a word? I see that you've been looking into the database entries for Mia and Sasha Cole. You want to tell me why? I see. In the future, I want you to avoid anything related to Sasha and Mia Cole. It's a closed case. A total waste of your time. And if by chance something else pops up concerning the Coles, and this is very important, you come to me right away. Understood?
I'm not too sure about that, brother.
I'll talk to you later.
So who the hell am I talking to this time? The same operator Tanner from before? Good. You haven't been fired. I was afraid I'd have to explain this goddamn case all over again. I went back to where Connie said she took the photo in the desert. You remember, right? Where she said this, flying saucer supposedly landed. I didn't find a flying saucer or any aliens breathing their last wheezy breaths or anything like that. But I did find something else. You could say that. You could definitely say that. I found stones. A bunch of stones lying there on the surface of the sand. I'm no geologist, but they look funny to me. Like they'd been moved. Put there for a reason, you know? So, I call it in. Because I'm sure as hell not gonna dig myself, Tanner. Not in this suit. A team arrives an hour later, and they start digging. Sure enough, under one of the stones, they find a body. Advanced state of decomp. They dig under another stone. And lo and behold, this time they find an entire skeleton. Turns out, we're standing on some sort of desert graveyard. Hard to say, but I counted more than 100 stones. If they're all grave markers, well, I'll let you do the math. Yeah, messed up, right? And judging by the size of the skeleton, it belonged to someone young, Tanner. Real young. Look, I won't beat around the bush. The medical examiner has finished a preliminary report on the skeleton, and they found what they believe is a photo of the victim in the sand, buried there by the bones. Never seen that before. Any chance you can take a look at all this and get me an ID, Tanner? Let me send you the files. Well, it's taken a while. Hard to access the satellite out here in Roswell. Dry field. Okay. Looks like it went through. About goddamn time.
The skeleton appears to be female, estimated at 9 years of age. Starting the examination now. Initial observations show well-preserved and intact bones. No visible signs of trauma or damage. The subject is missing her left incisor. The rest of the dentition looks good. No decay or disease is present. Moving on. Here's something interesting. One of the metacarpal bones on her left hand, the metacarpal 3, has a slight curvature. You don't see that a lot. So, to summarize, the subject appears to have been a female, approximately 9 years of age, with a missing left incisor tooth and a slight curvature in the metacarpal 3 in her left hand. Based on the level of decomposition, the body appears to have been buried for approximately 6 to 8 months. Further testing and analysis is needed to determine the cause of death.
Jenkins. Alright, so we know her first name is Gabby. Wait. Oh wait, what was the girl's name? One sec. What was the girl from that thingy case? The desert case. Gabby Moore. Let's have a look if Gabby Moore. No results found. Okay, so it wasn't that. Which one's going to get an ID? It's not that. It's the girl. But how am I going to find the girl? Because no way, don't tell me I've got
The skeleton appears to be female, estimated at 9 years of age. Starting the examination now. Initial observations show well-preserved and intact bones. No visible signs of trauma or damage. The subject is missing her left incisor. The rest of the dentition looks good. No decay or disease is present. Moving on. Here's something interesting. One of the metacarpal bones on her left hand, the metacarpal 3, has a slight curvature. You don't see that a lot. So, to summarize, the subject appears to have been a female, approximately 9 years of age, with a missing left incisor tooth and a slight curvature in the metacarpal 3 in her left hand. Based on the level of decomposition, the body appears to have been buried for approximately 6 to 8 months. Further testing and analysis is needed to determine the cause of death.
Okay, so do you think it could be, wait, how do you spell Gabrielle? Gabriella?
Jenkins. That name rings a bell, operator. Check the other cases for anything possibly related to him. Maybe there's a clue in there tied to the girl.
him. Am I gonna find a name out of all of these names here? Gabby Bruce. There you go, right there. There you go, that's her.
How did you find this, Tanner? Just when you think this case can't get any weirder, that's exactly what it does. But I need concrete proof it's her. Got anything else in your bag of tricks? I'll be damned. 9 years old, Tanner. Breaks your goddamn heart. What the hell is going on out here? And what's a connection to Connie? Okay, the examiner has just finished processing the
Avocado
second body I
Kayak
was
Girl
telling you
said,
about.
"Okay, hi,
The
I am
one
back."
in the advanced state
Welcome
of
back.
decay. Let's see here.
This ain't a bad game, you know.
Adult
It's
male,
actually alright.
early 60s. Ah, they got an ID on him. Quentin Spence. Want to see if that name is on your magical list too?
Avocado Kayak Girl asks, "Did you find out who shot that bandit in the garage?"
Yeah, we found that one. Hold on. That one was. Oh no, I didn't. His name wasn't in the system, so I passed on to the agent. I said, yeah, his name wasn't on the system, so they might make me come back to that. But right now, I had another case I was working on, which was in the desert, something about UFOs and stuff. So my guy came back to me saying how they found bodies in the desert, and then I had to identify the body. It was a 9-year-old girl, so I found that, and then I'm on the next part of that. So I need to find my man on this list. So I got this list from somewhere.
Avocado
don't
Kayak
know.
Girl said, "Ah."
Right there. Apparently my guy's missing.
So there's definitely a link. I see some of the names have been
And this
crossed out.
name
Can you
here
figure out what that business
is
means?
missing. Can I find out what that means? How am I going to be able to do that?
We know 3 people on this list so far. Connie Moore, Gabby Bruce, and Quentin Spence. Connie's name is circled, but the other 2 are crossed out. If I were you, operator, I would check the database to see if I can find a pattern there.
Alright, let's do that. And who? Connie who? Yeah, these two are missing and they're alive, so the ones that's thingy.
Avocado Kayak Girl said there better not be a mosquito in my room right now.
Nah, you better get out your little fly whacker and start swinging it around.
Looks to be about 100 names like that. That number matches the stones. God damn. And if I was a gambling man,
Avocado
I'd say the circle
Kayak
of
Girl
persons
said
are
lol.
still alive. Like our Connie. There's something else about Spence, Tanner. They found him buried in a lab coat with some, you're never gonna guess, floppy disk sewn into one of the pockets. Remember what I said about this case getting weirder and weirder? Now the second disk password protected. Open that second floppy disk and give me an address tied to Spence. Something I can look into. I'm getting a little restless with you doing all the work. The operator program. Oh, I'm sending everything your way.
Well, I don't want to be that guy with like a weird shadow still.
There you go.
So what's the password? Let's bring this guy back up. What was his name? Quentin Spence. One sec. What's his date of birth? Let's do his date of birth. 26/03 1935. Unlock. No, that wasn't it.
The symbols and file names written on the second floppy disk look to be there for a reason, Tanner. I suggest checking those two files for clues about the password. Focusing on the symbols.
Oh, shut
Maybe
up,
keep
bro.
those two files open and see if you can do something with them.
Oh, wait, what? So I don't think it's gonna have anything to do with that. Badge. Is it gonna have anything to do with that? Okay, I suggest. Okay, these symbols and file names written on the second floppy disk. Oh wait, can I use letters? Oh, I can. That's not it. Res 2. I'm doing something wrong. I'm fully doing something wrong. Alright, cool. FMP. It wasn't that. Res 2. Give me another clue, my broski.
The key and lock icons, operator. They must be important. I suggest you combine them to reproduce the schematics on the second floppy disk. My hunch is that the content is not very important. Just the part with the icons in the two files mentioned, FMP 1138 and Res 2.
What's Res 2? Do I have a file named as Res 2? Hold on, wait. Oh, what a silly boy. Alright, cool. So what? The graph. Oh, right there. I'm so silly. It's got no numbers, this thingy. Wait, so hold on. Turn that off. Turn... Go back. Give me that. Turn that off. Turn that off. So it's Indian. What? That's what it says. Before, after. Ram, I know ain't that high, bro. Use. Wait. Is there a letter missing? There's a letter missing.
I feel like you should physically move and overlap the windows, operator, to reproduce the
Maya
schematics.
Mystic underscore
Aligning the
underscore
brackets.
777 said AYO.
Yo, what's good? He said I should physically move and overlap them.
Maya Mystic underscore underscore 777 said everything bad.
Everything bad, you know. It should be everything good. Why bad? Wait. Lining up these two. Rendian? Mendian?
Maya Mystic underscore underscore 777 said cuz you didn't get back to me on art.
I didn't need it just yet, man. That's why. I feel like you should physically move and overlap the windows, operator, to reproduce the schematics.
Avocado Kayak Girl said at Maya Mystic underscore underscore 777 you have 3 luck numbers in your name.
Full of luck.
Maya Mystic underscore underscore 777 said FR.
I'm
I am
lucky.
lucky, that's why.
It's not going to give me no more clues. I feel like you should physically move and overlap the windows, operator, to reproduce the schematics aligning.
Maya Mystic underscore underscore 777 asks where's the business women?
The business women. Everywhere. Wait, forget that. You don't need to help me with this real quick. Use. Close that. I am so lost right now. Aligning the brackets, but it's not, because it's not straight. Yeah, that's not it. Okay, so from what I'm seeing online, I've done something majorly wrong. Because I don't know how you look, but what the... Alright, look, I'm gonna write the password out here. It makes no damn sense. Let me read what he said. Alright, cool.
Avocado Kayak Girl asks, oh no, do you have to start the whole game over now?
No, I went to Google to find out what the password was. Wait, that's not... I was getting a boost. But what the password is... Yeah, what the password is doesn't make sense to me. I don't know how anyone would have worked that out. So I'm going to try to see if I've missed something from his clues. Okay, the symbols and file names written on the second floppy disk. So res2 means only to open this folder. So that's the clue on that. So the clue of FMP1138 mentions it all there. I'm guessing that's some sort of product or whatever, and it gives me all these numbers here, but those numbers have nothing to do with the password. Please, about the password, focusing on the symbols. Okay, so the symbols are obviously these. The key and lock icon, they must be important. Yeah, so even because it says align these two. Okay, and even if I align it there, alright, long story short, the password apparently is 105 Endian. Where are the numbers 105? It's nowhere. The numbers 105 is nowhere. Did I miss something? I didn't miss anything, right? Align it. Because if the truth is, if it's going to be like that, what's the point carrying on? I need to figure it out from here. What did I miss? Where is the 105? Where is the 105? Align those.
Avocado Kayak Girl said, ask that overweight lady from before.
She ain't gonna tell me nothing. I can't even press the little help button. She's proper overweight lady, you know. Where did the 105 come from? I need to know, otherwise I'm gonna be looking for all of them on
Avocado
thingy.
Kayak Girl said, cool cat.
What on the earth was that? If you're reading it means I'm no longer living, and that I have been buried in dry field desert like the other subjects. I implore you, whoever you are, to share my story with anyone who can
Avocado
make things
Kayak
right.
Girl asks, is that coming from the game just
Yeah,
now?
because I'm reading their confession. If you have found me, then I'm assuming you have found the others too. Every person buried here in the sands is a Project Eve test subject. Eve was led by Dr. Henry Jenkins. I am not trying to shift the blame onto him. I bear...
Avocado Kayak Girl said, ooh,
I know,
movie,
cool,
that's
innit?
like a movie.
I'm not gonna lie, the whole feeling of like being like a operator and whatnot is kind of cool, innit? Like that the game gives you, should I say. So they've done that kind of nice. And that's the next step. Boom.
operator head, but that was actually somewhat impressive, Tanner. The address you sent, it's not far from here. I'll check it out first thing in the morning. Tonight, I think I'll help the team exhume the rest of these bodies. Screw the suit. God help us, Tanner. God help every single one of us.
Hold on one sec, because wait, am I high? 1 minute. Oh, for fuck's sake, there was another bloody... No fucking
Avocado
way.
kayak girl said lol.
That's what it was. There was another bloody thing. Yeah, right there. Ah, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I should have paid attention. Right there. To unlock the files, use... Yeah, look, it's right there. Oh my fucking days. Alright, you didn't see that, yeah? You did not see that. Alright, cool, at least I figured it out. It's just my stupidity. I need to look deeper. Now I gotta go to sleep and wake up. Power off. Alright, cool. Do you know what? Look at how we go to sleep and wakes up, yeah? And I said it. I said the budget was low. Because look, that's all it is. It's just a blur. That's all you're gonna see. That's him walking around. He's gonna go to his microwave. All a blur. It's not fair.
Look, you need to do something about it. He's poking around, asking too many questions. He's going to expose us all if you don't rein him in. Yes, his shift is over. Yes. All right. Yeah, fine. We'll talk later. Bye.
See what I'm saying? All of that, just a blur. Do you know what? This was supposed to be a quick little test run, you know. Soundtrack's on point, I'm not gonna lie here.
Avocado kayak girl said cute music.
Yeah, right. I don't care. They got their soundtrack's good. Alright, cool. Let's go back to the FBI headquarters. Logging in, logging in. That's my name, Evan Tenor, even Tenor, however you want to pronounce it. Yo, Mike.
Good morning, Evan.
What do you say, Mike?
Look, about yesterday, this business with the coal files. Sorry if I came down on you a little hard, buddy. It's just that I know you have what it takes to rise in this place, Evan. Become a supervisor. Hell, maybe even replace me one day. But I can't protect you if you start poking around in the wrong places.
Poking around in the wrong places, yeah. I absolutely understand, Mike. Yeah, do you know what? I'm just gonna let you thingy for now because I got a
Guess
hacker
the
that
FDI's got me wound a little tight these days. Well, I better get back to it.
And you're hiding something, Mike.
All right. Again,
and I'm gonna find
I
out
can't
soon.
tell you how happy I am to have you here at the operator program, Evan. That way, I can keep a close eye on you, can I? Let's grab a beer later this week, all right? Once everything calms down in the madhouse.
I trust you. Maybe you can bring your wife, you know. Do you know what? I'm not even gonna start beef with the director right now.
Operator Tanner, that you? Tanner, did you give that address out to anybody? Well, somebody beat me to the facility, Tanner.
Bruh, don't come on to me like that.
The BioM facility burned down last night, Tanner. Up in flames.
Oh,
and if
Pete.
you didn't give the address out, someone else did. Looks like we got ourselves a
Avocado Kayak
goddamn
Girl said
operator
Pop Nemo.
program. Well, an investigative team came before me and logged the remaining evidence back at the department. But I can't access it directly. I'll have to go through the operator program. Heaven on
How come I started
earth,
early
Tanner.
today? Bruh, yesterday
Heaven
I started at
on
8
earth.
something.
From what I can tell, there should be some security footage there that should shed some light on what happened here. Hopefully, it won't be too hard to prove this was arson.
Alright, send me the files, fam. I'm having a look at that. No match. Again. Prove it was arson. How you want me to prove that? Play the whole video, fam.
Avocado Kayak Girl said, darn, I have to go again. An ex-boyfriend is starting arguments with me.
Looking for attention. Good luck.
Yeah, that's not a box of wine, is it? Can you get an ID on this guy? Would have been too easy, huh? I'd like to get in the
Avocado
facility.
Kayak Girl
Bye
said,
for now, I'll see you
I will
soon.
be back, I
Lord willing,
think.
the
Bye
roof
for
won't
now.
collapse on me. But I need a code for the door. You see where I'm going with this, Tanner?
Maya Mystic __ 777 said so Prablo Bones. Maya Mystic __ 777 said, can't we talk on disc?
Hold on one sec.
Maya Mystic __ 777 said, actually I want to show you what I did recently.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm not looking for anything
Maya
right now.
Mystic __ 777 said, you remember my username, it's same Maya Mystic.
Would you please?
Yeah, I'm not looking for
please give
nothing
me
now,
the code
Maya.
for the goddamn door.
But I will reach out to you if I'm looking for anything.
Maya Mystic __ 777 said AALR. Maya Mystic __ 777 said no worries.
Let me see if this works. All right, I'm in. Damn it! The smoke in here will ruin this suit too. That's 2 suits in 2 days. Tanner! Now, let me see if I can find something useful. Something that the
Maya
investigative
Mystic
team left behind.
_
Sure as hell won't be easy.
777 said, by the way, you can message me
Because
anytime
this
and I'll
place
get
is
back to
just
you.
about burnt to a
I
crisp.
appreciate
I
that,
don't
Maya.
know what went on here. But if you ask me, it's a pretty elaborate security system for a medical facility. Not much, to be honest. You ever wonder what the baby of a hospital and a prison would look like? Because that's exactly what this place is. While I look around, maybe you could dig more into our little arsonist friend. Anything that you can find, Tanner. I look picky to you. An ID. A link to another case. His favorite flavor of ice cream.
Well.
Just give me something, alright?
But this Barry Walker guy cracks me up, you know. That's not gonna find anything. I think we do see him walking out at one point. So if I can no. Where am I gonna find an ID from?
If I were you, operator, I would check your caseload. Maybe you've encountered this unsavory individual before.
Charming fellow. Who's the lead on the other investigation? Ouch. Tough draw for the rook. Hold on. Looks like I found something. What the?
What the hell? What the hell, yo? Oh, is that Connie? He found Connie.
You see what I'm seeing, Tanner?
Ooh.
Looks like our gal, Connie Moore, was a bio-impatient. Beats me. Passed her polygraph with flying colors. She told us the truth. Her truth, anyway. Contact Skinner to update Pendle on her parking garage killer. I'm sure she'll be thrilled. I'll keep looking around here. The world's biggest ashtray. Tell me if you find out anything new about our pyro head, Tanner. And I'll contact you if I come across something on my charred end over here.
Just when I was starting to miss you. What am I supposed to do? He's alive. How am I gonna find the way? Jenkins. Is it the whole badge number? 4036636 200 510. Oh, cool, it was.
Yes, Operator Tanner? What kind of information? Are you forgetting that I'm your supervisor, Tanner? I'm starting to have serious doubts about your future with the operator program.
Don't piss
This
me off.
time, I'll forward your call. The next time, I'm not so sure.
Operator Tanner, what can I do for you? What? You're kidding. Okay, so our murderer likes to play with fire too, huh? This guy just gets better and better. By any chance, did any clues pop up where we might locate him? To Jenkins? So, it comes full circle, does it? Well, whatever that address is, I'll take it. Nice. So, what exactly is this place? If Wells Killer's there, I assume it's not a petting zoo. I see. Well, I'm on my way. I'll contact you when I get there. Thanks, Tanner. Maybe now we can finally book this guy.
Now what?
Tanner, I'm at the lab. The door was unlocked, actually. It's real weird in here, Tanner. Like everybody suddenly took off. But left all their beeping lab equipment behind. But I don't see any sign of Wells' killer. Looks like a dead... Shit!
Drop the phone. Slide your gun over to me. Slowly. On your knees, Agent Pendle.
You?
Oh, she's getting...
How do you know my name?
You might want to close your eyes.
You don't want to do this. I'm a federal agent. Agent Walker, FBI! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Move away from her! Now! It's locked! What did you do? Hands up! Turn around! Turn around! Hands on your head! Pendle, you okay? Walker, we have a problem here. What'd you do? Open the door now! It's not opening, Walker. Open the door now! Operator, you there? There's a bomb! This bald-headed psycho has trapped me in a room with a bomb! It's my third day! The display says 20 minutes and 21 seconds, and it's ticking down! You gotta help me here. Come right back. Understand me, Tanner? You come right back.
Yes, Operator Tanner? Stay calm, Tanner. Okay, let me think. Unfortunately, our more seasoned operators are presently occupied. I'd send a team, but they'd arrive much too late. That means... you'll have to defuse the bomb, Operator. I'm sharing the FDI's bomb defusal manual. You haven't gone through bomb training yet, but we have no choice. What I'm about to tell you is important.
Shitting me.
Do not read the entire manual. You don't have time. Stay calm and follow the instructions from the beginning. Do you understand?
I think so.
There are wires, a controller, a battery, a keypad, and, a display, I guess. And operator, make sure you follow the instructions at the beginning. I really don't want to go out like this. operator. I don't really know. A single battery pack? I think. Wait, it says 9 volts, 0.3 amps, 2,000 milliamps hour. I'd say gasoline. Tanner, this isn't how I imagined I'd go out. There are a lot, but I'll try. The power module. It's a battery. Has 2 wires, a red and a black. 2 wires are connected to the explosive, a red and a black one. The display and the numpad have 4 wires each. A red, a black, a green, and a yellow. That's it. Okay. Oh,
Damn it, Tanner! You failed to identify the bomb's correct archetype, and now Agent Pendle is dead! Firefighters are on their way. And Agent Walker has safely evacuated with his arrest. He's transporting that SOB to the FDI. We'll question his ass first thing tomorrow. You better believe it.
Let me do
Now
that
go
again.
home, operator. I think you've done enough for today.
No, I want to do that again. This is long the whole thing back, man. Just load the thing, bro, man. Get him back. Ain't no one worried about your blurry screen. Ah, yes, and now it's at my bedtime, man. What's my guy doing still? Oh, bro. I got the girl dead.
Devastating incident earlier today as the facility went up in flames, claiming the life of an FDI agent on the premises.
Oh yeah, rub it in.
I'm here at the scene of Biomedica Technologies Laboratory, where firefighters have been battling a blaze for hours. At this time, we still don't know what.
Oh, it's because he's stressed. That's why it's taking very long. But he said I have to defuse it first, man. Master reset. Did I have to do it all in order? Man, hurry up, get to work, quick thing. Oh, strange. It's gonna take so long to bring you on to the next day, innit? Quick thing, fam. I saw what happened at the lab. Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, fam, blame them, man. Need to stretch my feet, mate.
I told you we'd be working together again, didn't I? So I guess Hal has filled you in. The deal is this. If we can find out who's watching these feeds, we can find our mole. But first things first. We need to identify the person being watched in this second feed. Can you help me, operator?
Right. Chat, I am gonna have to end this. I'm getting hot. I need to take a break. Oof, I can't breathe for fuck's sake. Right, chat, I am gonna have to end this.